So next we're going to talk about the Mets. And really, what are the Mets going to do next? So we heard some reports today that there's actually still a chance they bring in Bauer. We got to remember they just kind of lost out on Springer, so this is probably going to dictate a lot of their moves. So they probably have a lot more money than they thought they were going to spend. So I think an important thing for them to do would be sign JBGA. He's certainly not the greatest player to sign, but he fits their need like no other player really does, I think, in free agency right now. I certainly try and sign him to a one-year deal to be their starting center fielder. It'd be perfect for him. He could bat right at the bottom of the order, be a average to slightly above average hitter, and that's all they really need because they'd be an elite center fielder, and they would have a lot of offensive weapons around him. So I think that would really be a perfect fit now that you've lost out on Springer. If they could sign Bauer, they might become my World Series pick, quite frankly. Because I don't know who's beating DeGrom and Bauer in a playoff series, quite frankly. Like, I've talked about how good the Braves rotation is, along with the Dodgers and Padres, but that 1-2 would be unlike anything we see in the league right now, I think. Because DeGrom is my number one, and I think in Bauer coming off a near Cy Young season is just... That's going to be unlike something we've seen in quite some time, I think. It's going to be like Kershaw-Greinke-like level. So, if they somehow can get Bauer, I think you have to do it and give this team the perfect position to contend. Another thing they could do is like sign one of the guys I mentioned for the Red Sox earlier, like a Hill or Rizzi maybe. They don't really need to sign an ace since they have DeGrom, but I think they also should bring in a starter no matter what because Carrasco has had injury problems. Noah Syndergaard is coming off an injured season, so I think it would just be a safe move to bring in another guy just to have, even though there are guys who aren't going to even crack the rotation to start the year, like David Peterson and Steven Matz. David Peterson I like, Steven Matz I don't, but kind of besides the point. I think they could use one more reliable guy, no matter if it's Bauer or if it's a low-run guy. And we've been hearing a lot about Brad Hand for them. Brad Hand, the day they announced that he did sign with the Mets, which turned out to be false, I was really excited because I really feel like this is a great fit, and I really hope this is a move they get done. Not much else to it because all three of these guys are perfect fits, obviously. Bauer is just like the fit for anyone, but I also think JBJ is just a guy who would be perfect for the team. Obviously, it hurts out losing Springer, but I really don't think you want Nimmo to be your starting center fielder for 150 games next year. It's just, he's a good player. I really like him, don't get me wrong, but man, the defense is going to really hurt. And then if there's a DH, you can move him to left, and then have J.D. Davis as a backup at first and third, I believe. And then, or maybe he just plays third. I don't really remember, quite frankly. But then you have Jose, Dom, and Pete rotating DH in first. I know you guys hear me talk about Jose Martinez, and you guys are probably like, why are we talking about him? I still think he's a premier hitter if he gets the time. But a guy they just actually missed out on was Kiki Hernandez, so I wonder if they'll be interested in Marwin Gonzalez like the Red Sox are. So that would probably be a fit too. I think Kiki's probably a better fit since he's more. Both of them were very good, but they seem to have interest in Kiki. I haven't heard any interest with them having Marwin yet, so we'll have to see what happens to be sure. So yeah, Mets could go a couple different ways, and I think they'll certainly find one, if not two more ways to improve before the season starts. So I'm excited to see what else they do after already having a pretty great offseason.